everyone, welcome back. We just finished completing week 6 and now we are moving to a week 7 of a 13-week assignment. I just wanted to see how you guys are all doing and how's the whole travel nursing thing going for you. If you are still motivated in doing it, and I hope you are, because this is what my videos are all about. I'm trying to help you guys go do a step-by-step process on how from start to finish, and hopefully I am motivating you guys, and I hope my videos are inspiring because that's what I want to do. So last time we spoke, we went over some of the interview questions that you will be asking the interviewer, and hopefully that will be helpful and handy for you guys once you guys get into that time. So now let's just say that the manager loved you during the interview. She liked you and she wanted to get you. He or she liked you and they wanted to hire you. So after they decide that they want you, they're going to reach out to your recruiter, and they're going to tell your recruiter, okay, we want to hire her, we want to get her, and all that stuff you guys discussed on the start date and you guys agreed with it. So your recruiter is going to reach back to you and said, hey, they liked you, do you want to go for the position, and then you said, yeah, I like it. Okay, so now you guys all agree, like it, and you want to start with them. So the next step is, now it's going to be your housing. Now you're going to want to start finding your place, especially if you are going to be assigned to a different state or somewhere not near around your home, if you're going to be a little at a different city, whatever. So now you are going to decide if you are going to take the housing stipend, or if you are going to have your agency find you housing. So if you take the housing stipend, you get to keep all of that money. Okay, so it's basically like you're finding your own. You can find your own Airbnb, you can find your own apartment, you could even rent out from a friend, family member, whoever you want to wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, that's your money. You find your own housing. So if you want to go with the agency, like what I do, I have the agency find me housing. So I don't get the housing stipend, but what I do get is, if they find me housing that is less than the housing stipend that they give me, they're going to add that to my hourly rate. So my hourly rate will increase depending on how much the monthly rent will be. Okay, so, and also depends on the location of your assignment. Some locations, like when I went to San Francisco, the housing was very expensive, so it was like close to $3,000 for a little Airbnb, but I didn't have to pay for it. Obviously, my agency took care of it and paid for it for me. But if you were going to do something like that, remember, they only give you a certain amount, so not every agency is going to be the same. But for this example, like what I gave you in the last video, let's say $3,000, and your rent is going to be $2,500, a month. Obviously you're going to keep the 500 for yourself. Okay, but if I had my agency find me housing, let's say it's $3,000, they find me housing for 2,500, I still have 500 left, they're going to break it down and add that to my hourly rate. Okay, and so I wanted to go over on this video about the differences between me finding my housing, if you were to find your own housing, and if the agency found you housing for you. So basically, obviously, the first one is going to be, if you find your own housing, you get the money. If the agency finds you housing, you don't get the money, but you will have a little bit of hourly increase depending on the location and depending how much the monthly rent will be. Okay, another thing why I don't find my own housing, this is just my preference. I don't like going through all the hassle. I don't want to go through the hassle, especially when I'm not familiar with that location. If I'm not familiar with wherever I am going to be, I rather just have it done for me. I just don't feel like dealing with the manager or dealing with the owner. When I get there, I just don't want to be stressed out about it. So, but if you find your own housing, you're going to have to reach out to the owner, you're gonna have to reach out to the manager, you're gonna have to do your own research and all this stuff. Other nurses like it because obviously they get the money, and other nurses rather just like have them find them the housing and they don't have to worry about it. So that's one thing I prefer. I don't like to worry about any of that. And every time I tell my recruiter that I do want them to find me housing, my number one thing is safety. I don't want to be in a place obviously where it's kind of sketchy and where it's kind of like ghetto. I want to be in a place where I know that I'm safe, especially since I'm a girl obviously, and I'm going to be traveling by myself. I just want to make sure safety is my number one priority. Second is to me is location. I don't want to drive about 30 minutes to an hour away to get to work, because I don't want to do that. Like, I rather have them find me housing close to the location. 20 minutes is okay. 25 minutes, that's fine, but not an hour or 30 minutes. So that's another thing I tell my recruiter. And they're very respectful for what I ask for, and they're not like, oh my gosh, she's such a diva, she's like, she only wants this, this, and this. No, that's what their job is. And you want to make sure you let them know that. Any concerns, you want to make sure that they know that. And also, we have a dog, so sometimes I want my dog to come visit me. So I also ask my recruiter to find me a pet friendly place. So like the last ones that she found, like the one that I'm staying right now, it is at an apartment and it's a pet friendly place. So Sophia is her name, our little fur baby. She comes and visits me every so often. That I don't feel that way I don't feel lonely, and I take care of her. And my boyfriend and I, we switch turns and watching her. So that's another thing that I look for. So that's one of the things that you're gonna want to look into: your location, your safety, and if you do have any pets, you're gonna want to make sure you let your recruiter know that you plan on bringing your dog along or your cat along, whatever, and as long as they allow pets. And so other nurses, okay, so I met some couple of travel nurses who found their own housing, and what I noticed is that sometimes they encounter a situation where they were actually stressed out. Actually, they were mentioning it to me that they're like, oh my gosh, their assignment is almost up, and they have that they rented that Airbnb out to this person, and they decided they're going to extend their assignment. But when they rented it out to the Airbnb, they only made sure it's only for a certain till that end of that contract. And then so if they are lucky, the owner of the Airbnb can also extend their stay. But if they're not lucky, if the owner says, oh, I'm sorry, I rented it out already within that time because you told me you're only going to be here for so long, that I told another client that they can move in. Now, the nurse is going to be stressed out because now she has to find where they're going to stay, where they're going to stay next. So I don't want to deal with that. So I knew some nurses who were stressing out on where they're going to be staying after their assignment was over, because now they have to rush and find another place, and sometimes it's not as easy. And obviously you have to make sure you're not going to be scammed, and you're going to want to make sure that the next person you're going to is legit. Like, you don't want to be sending them like a down first month's rent or whatever, and it's not even good. Because like one of the travel nurses that I met, like she was talking to somebody that's going to be renting their Airbnb to her, and then when she got there, it was kind of like sketchy. Like, it's not like what they described in the pictures, and it's not what like they were talking about. So this is her experience, and she was just telling that to me, and in my head I'm just like, well, good thing I don't have to deal with all that hassle, because like I just tell my recruiter, and my recruiter like handles it. So that's one thing. So there's a good thing about it. If you find your own housing, you get more money, right? But then there's also bad things too, because some things you know, things happen unexpectedly, and then now you're just like, where am I going to stay? But, you know, but if you are the type that like, oh, I got this, I know where to go, I know what to do, then, you know, by all means, then yeah, it's better if you do find your own housing, because you will definitely get paid more. You're definitely going to get more. But then, like I said, there's going to be some times that like it doesn't flow as smoothly, so just take that into consideration. For me, I had an incident on my first assignment. Something just bad happened, and I did not want to stay at that apartment that they got me. So what my recruiter did was that she booked me a hotel room to stay for about at least 4 days until they found me another until they found me another housing to finish off that assignment. And the usually when they find me housing, it's usually like at nice hotels. I'm not nice hotels, nice apartments where it's like luxury apartments. And the ones that I'm with now, the agency that I'm with now, it's like I said in the past videos, it's fully furnished. So um the only times that you are going to stay probably at an extended stay hotel is if, let's say, you start your assignment right away and they needed you right away, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go, and then you don't have time to find your housing. Your agency will book you at an extended stay for a few days until they find you your housing. So no matter what, you're gonna have a place to stay. So no matter what, you're gonna have a place to stay, and it's gonna be an okay place. Unlike if you were to find your own housing and you needed, let's say your manager wanted you to start right away, and you're just like, okay, so now you have to book your own hotel, you have to find your own place. So that's all on you. For me, it's just I don't like to be stressed out, especially when I'm going to an assignment and I don't know, or if it's far. I just want to make sure everything is ready and set for me. um so yeah, that's pretty much, those are the things if you find your own housing versus if the agency finds you your housing. So those are a couple of things that you want to consider. So now I'm trying to break this whole thing, this whole travel nursing experience down like to the T for you guys from beginning to the end. So the next video, I don't want to keep on talking too much, but the next video will go over, so after you find your housing and once you settle down, we'll go over the next thing to do, like, you know, things to get ready for when you start your assignment. Yeah, so we have about 6 weeks left, guys. It's going by quick. And we'll also go over in the meantime, what do I do when my assignment is almost over. I will like go over stuff with you. But yeah, I hope everything is going okay and you guys are not leaving me any questions, so maybe I'm answering everything. But I try to today I try to make myself look a little presentable. But leave me some questions, because I do like to talk and I do want to get to know you guys. So I just want to know what are your thoughts and stuff. So hopefully my videos are okay and it's very helpful. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.